Hello everyone, Martin Ingram, and welcome to the wonderful world of whitetails camp build. Okay, in this position you can see the camp floor is ready to go. I got to put plywood on it this morning, and today's going to be after putting plywood on. I'm going to go down and check the cameras. It's been a month. Then I'm going to come up and I'm going to put all the 4x4s on the table and measure them up for cutting. Might get them cut today, might not. But I'm going to put you on the tree behind me, set you on 10-minute delay, and we'll see how the day progresses. Wish me luck. Well, there's the first piece on, looking square. I had to come through and tap some nails down because I didn't wait for the compressor to build up all the way. But the first piece is in and looking good. As you can tell, I'm very unhappy. I just discovered that the tongue groove plywood I just purchased to put in here won't span the 12 foot the box store guy said it would. So I don't got a nailer for this side on the right. I got it muted because I was using some words even children shouldn't listen to, much less myself. But every problem has a solution, even though the best I could do was what you're about to see. But first, I got to go back and scratch my head over this one. What could I do? Here you go, literally scratching my head. Oh well. My solution was to put the two tongues together. So that I got a nailer on this side, so I got the corners so that the posts are going to rest firmly all on a piece of plywood all the way around instead of having a half-inch gap where they could bend over. And that was my solution to the issue. I'll fill in the gap later to prove I talked to myself. Because that's over that way, and it pokes it into it. That's why this is a dead straight line. At least I expect an honest answer. Here I took all the deck wood out just to see what I had and measure it up. I got this space to build, but I wind up with another little problem that you'll see the solution to, and I'll describe as I go through it. Now you can see here I'm setting up the chop saw. I know a lot of you are probably saying, why don't you just use your regular saw to cut this wood? Well, I'm not that good with a regular saw. The chop saw chops straight down. Right now I'm actually setting up a long narrow channel that I can rip two 2-inch pieces off one of these deck boards. You'll see them in the next picture. Now you can see these 2-inch pieces I cut. The reason I cut them is because according to the build, there's supposed to be a 1x8, but there wasn't any 1x8 on the material list to make this deck extend 2 inches off the end. So I have to fill in this gap with what I have. And I'd rather put the 2 inches right next to the floor than out at the end where it wouldn't have anything nailed to anyway. And that was my solution to my deck problem. According to the materials list, it didn't ask me to buy any 1x8s, but according to the cut list, there's one in there. And this is how I solved that problem. 157. 157. 2. So I had to measure all the deck wood I had to make sure I had enough to fill in this gap. I already ripped one piece up to nail here, and I've got to fill this gap in over here with the wood I have left. Time for a little lunch. Hot dogs, mustard, and iced tea. Yummy. Look at that mound mow. Mow mow. Mow mow. Now all the deck wood is cut. All I gotta do is space it out and nail it in. I think. Houston, we have another problem. Deck wood's cut to 96 inches, 82 inches, and 66 inches. They wanted the middle portions covered by the 82-inch boards, alternating end boards of 96 and 66. But and they want an overhang of 2 inches all the way around the deck. What happens when you put a 96-inch board up against a 4-foot edge and let it hang out 2 inches? You don't have a nailer for the inside. I had to make one. I had to make one. I had to make two actually, and I got them done. There I am putting my final nails in and finishing the deck wood up. Long day. Very long day.
It's 5:45 p.m. I don't know, I'm thinking about going home or spending the night. I got a lot to do. The floor is on, the deck's on. Issues. You ever go to a box store that sells lumber and they tell you that a 4x8 tongue and groove, either particle board or plywood, will span 12 feet when nailed and grooved side by side? You tell them they're full. You lose 1/4 of an inch every with 11 feet, 11 1/4 inch, which is why this gap is here. Instead of having that happen, I wanted nailing posts for my posts for all 4 corners to match up with a flat piece of plywood, so I put a gap in the center. I'll have to fill it with something later on. Now let's talk about the other problems I encountered. It all to do with this porch. According to the plans, the cut plans, you're supposed to cut 7 1x6 by 96 inch long, 7 1x6 by 66 inch long, 7 1x6 by 82 inches long, 1 1x6 by 66 inches long, 1 1x8 by 52 inches long, and 1 1x8 by 96 inches long. Let me read the materials list to you. As far as the decking goes, they want 80 square feet of 1x6 hemlock decking material for porch.
And that was it. There was no listing of 1x8 in there at all. So therefore I didn't purchase one. So I had to make something happen.
No plywood, it will warp and decay quickly. And realize that one sheet extra of 1x6 was 20 feet 4 inches long. Actually, it's 20 feet 7 inches long.
Let me make a correction there. The board was 10 feet 7 inches long. And I cut it, I ripped it so I could get 20 feet 4 inches out of it.
I ripped 2 pieces out, 20 feet 4 inches long, because they wanted a 2-inch overhang, and put them right up against the base of the thing, of the floor, centered joist on a nice joist. Nailed it in. That gives me everything else to go out and have a 2-inch overhang all the way around. So now I'm getting the cut, okay? I know 96, 82, 66. They want 296, they want alternating 96ers on, and 66ers on each end, and all the 82s are in the middle, according to the chart. Now, if I'd done the math ahead of time, which I didn't, I just assumed that the directions they give you are accurate, I would realize that 96 inches is 8 feet.
And then I would have realized that if you overhang the 8 foot 2 inches, the interior edge wouldn't have a board to nail it to. That's my life.
It just makes you wonder. I mean, now I'm going to go into the walls on this thing. Are these directions any good to me? Or do I got to?
Sorry, I had to mute myself through here. I was using some language I shouldn't have used.
And there's the materials wasn't right. Do I got enough material? We'll find out next week. I'm tired. I'm going home. Wanted to spend the night, but I'm just too frustrated. But I got it up. Floor's on, the deck's on. Got a brand new tarp to cover it all because I can't let any of this plywood get wet. I got about 30, 40 minutes worth of work ahead of me, and then I'm heading out. I'll leave the camera on. I got to switch it back to 10 minutes. It's on 4 seconds, 3 seconds now, so I can get my ranting. Wait until someday. This season, I will sleep under the roof of this camp. Somehow, somewhere. Somehow, somewhere. Thanks for watching.